Hey y'all, KSPortalcraftEDU. You know what, guys? I'll be honest with you. This hey y'all, KSPortalcraft is just stolen from Scott DeWez. I fixed the mic issue from the last few videos. I was originally gonna make a video about Euclid, which will now come out tomorrow. Today we will be covering the wild journey of me getting accepted to an ECHS, Early Collage High School. Let's first get this clear to you uneducated hooligans. An Early Collage High School is a school in which you go to high school, which you graduate with a degree, a college degree, I mean. Usually an associate's degree. Alright, so this is January of 2023. My mother, looking through what every middle-aged person does, look through Facebook since our school never told us about this program, and discovered the ECHS program at a local community college. For the sake of not leaking where I live and Bikini, we're going to be calling the college Squidward Community College. The school I was attending at the time, SCS, and the school, it's not the actual name, I'm just making abbreviations, and the school that was tied to the ECHS, which we'd be calling CSS, we needed to attend a meeting, which my mother asked me if I wanted to go, which I really couldn't say no at the time. I really didn't want to go. So it's February and the day of the meeting. I always take a nap when I get home from school. However, I couldn't take a nap because if I recall, the meeting was at like 5 p.m. or something. Like, I ended the call. Oh my god, this is gonna be so terrible. I was blasting Runaway Train on my headphones since Squidward Community College was such a long name. I'm gonna be referring to it as SCC since it's such a long name. I also said it again. I don't know why I doubly said that. We arrived to the building. The campus of SCC is huge, in the area of walking looked like an airport. Like, the school had an Apple Store, a Subway. It's so much absurd. We go to the little meeting area. It was like a big room, open room with like tables. We sat down. We got a pamphlet about this program. Another fellow that don't know us, we don't know them, sits down at the table we were sitting at, and presentation starts. Talks about the program, plays us a video. I've looked at the video, but I ain't doxing anyone, so, you know, we do the presentation, introduce the teachers and the program and crap. I still really didn't want to be there, but we went on a tour of the school. I just gotta see how many people are misinformed about HIV. You can only get HIV through XJG, not sex. If you don't lick the HIV virus with a cut in the mouth, you're fine. You see, at the school they had an HIV research lab, which we were gonna, everyone was like, which we had a visit, and I was the only person to go into it, since everyone was scared that they were like, get HIV. God, Van Dragon was such a dick. We got to visit the teachers, the classrooms, the lockers, etc. Well, speaking of the teachers, our reading teacher gave us a little summer reading gift. A little video. Oh, Simon we were given. What a generous gift. Sorry with the little fan. But yes, I'm in fact a real human being, and not just a imaginary entity. So, Simon we were given. Yay! Since I'm a Giga child, I'm not complaining. I already started it. What an academic weapon. Back to the computer, because back to my virtual phone or whatever. That was it with the whole meeting. We had to apply and also write answers to two questions, and I will read them. The first question was, please explain what your future goals are and how being a student at Early Collage High School will help you along your journey. You see, I either want to be a doctor or do something with computers. I wrote the letter about the letter. The latter. Well, here's the thing. It's so embarrassing to read. My future goals are to be pursuing computer programming and I have a high level understanding of the sciences, mathematics, and social studies. Ever since I first laid my hands on a video game named Kerbal Space Program, my love of mathematics, science, and computers exploded despite not knowing what delta or basic computational physics and anything about even a rocket or to go until I landed on the game's moon analog, then Mars analog, and more. I read literature on the game and asked my father for advice. Despite it being only a video game, it quite possibly changed the way I look at the world. Whenever I see a hard mathematics problem, I do not think it's impossible. I try solving it. If I cannot figure it out, I will use a calculator to reverse engineer the problem and try to see how the calculator got the answer to the problem, or the answer, like how I would use programs to help launch rockets in Kerbal Space Program and then see how they did it when I was younger, and also Kerbal Space Program 2 made me question how games are made. I'm calling computer science, pen programming. After getting bored, I did develop one time I wanted out. I would make my own game myself. I researched how to make a game and I found a very helpful guide and tutorial series and tried to find what the best fit of stuff we use. Who hasn't done the assets yet? You little hooligan! If you're watching this fall, do the assets. Do the assets. You know your name. Nearly 3 months in, actually that was many months. It's out but 6 months now. Actually it's probably 4 months. And I never thought I would be able to make something remotely like this, but I never realized how you can go above and beyond to change education. I believe that ECHS can be the below it says what's down. Oh, now I got another one. Oh, I don't know the second one. Here is the second question. The Early Collage High School program can be challenging. What will you do to ensure your success in such a challenging program? Just this year, I was placed into the honors classes despite not knowing it, placing in them as any other year. I went from a 7th grade math to an Algebra 1 class. Normally, there's a 9th grade class in 7th grade. The honors program would be the equivalent of 8th grade. I also went to honors writing and honors reading, the two other honors programs that SCS offers. Despite being behind, I still have maintained as it is. It's seldom me. I have used strategies to do this balance. Blah blah blah. I study every day. There's a need study and review personal teams. I'm skipping that. Have fun, guys. I won't, etc.
So I was under the impression that I had to be told if I got accepted in only June. My parents thought it was some May.
Parents thought that until May, when they received an email or something telling them that it would be in mid-May. It was like a program thing. I went to Dairy Cream. I went home and found a letter on the table from ECHS. I opened it and I told them I got in. My parents had the information that this letter would arrive so much earlier than I expected. So that was kind of mean. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, guys, and goodbye. Bye!